Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of Medieval History Part 2. In today's session, we are going to discuss some of the previous questions that had been asked earlier in the exams and we'll see our preparation. So let's start. Before we start, the images, text and other materials used in our presentations are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners. If you are the owner and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the same. So question we have with us is who built the Purana Killa? Options are Babur, Sher Shah, Aurangzeb or Akbar. So Purana Killa was basically built during the Sur dynasty, and according to that, the only option that is correct with that relation is Sher Shah Suri. So its current form was built by Sher Shah Suri, the founder of the Sur Empire. Sher Shah Suri ruled the northern part of India from 1540 to 1545 until his death, and he was the person who was also known as the father of modern currency in our country because he started the currencies like rupiah, dam, and more. So correct answer is Sher Shah. Who built the famous Shiv temple at Ellora? Options are Mauryan Empire Ashok, Gupta king Samudragupta, Chalukya king Pulkeshin II, or Rashtrakuta ruler Krishna I. So famous Shiv temple at Ellora that is constructed from upside down and one of the most marvelous architecture under UNESCO World Heritage Site as well. So that was built by Rashtrakuta ruler Krishna I. So construction of famous Shiv temple at Ellora is often attributed to the Rashtrakuta king Krishna I, and as I said, it was built upside down. That means the top was built first and then the lower part. So it was a monolithic temple and it was built by Krishna I. Todermal, the brilliant revenue officer, served under options are Bhagwan Das, Humayun, Baz Bahadur, or Sher Shah. If we talk about the Todermal, so Todermal was the revenue officer under the reign of Akbar. But before that, he also worked under the reign of one other famous king, and that was Sher Shah. So Todermal started his career as a revenue officer at the court of Sher Shah Suri. After the Sur dynasty was overthrown by the Mughals, Todermal continued his service to the then Mughal emperor Akbar as well. Todermal is also famous for the system that he created under the reign of Akbar that was helpful in getting the revenue calculation according to the land cultivation power, and that was famously known as the Japti system or Aine Dehshala system. So this system under Akbar was created by Todermal. The use of which of the following regional languages was popularized by the Bhakti leader Shankara-Dev? Options are Bengali, Brij Bhasha, Awadhi, or Assamese. And if we talk about the Bhakti leader and Shankara-Deva, and the language he used was Assamese. So Shankara Dev was an erudite scholar, a prolific writer, a versatile saint poet of unlimited merit, a lyricist of universal acceptance, a musician of high caliber, a pioneer in the field of Assamese prose, drama, and dramatic performances, a painter, and above all the greatest religious teacher, preacher, leader of the medieval Vaishnava movement in Assam, which is rightly known as the Shankara Deva movement. So correct answer is Assamese. So do remember that Shankara Deva was a bhakti leader and he was associated with the Assamese language. The Mansabdari system was introduced by Shah Jahan, Jahangir, Babur or Akbar. If we talk about the Mansabdari system, so this system was created by Akbar. So the Mansabdari system was introduced by the Mughal Emperor Akbar as new administrative machinery and revenue system. The Mansabdari system was nobles or Mansabdars under which a Mansabdar or noble was granted the right to hold a Jagir, which meant revenue assignments, not the land itself, for services rendered by them, but the authority bestowed upon them was not unbridled, but with the direct control of these nobles in the hands of the king. And Akbar was the one who started this system after influencing from the Mongols. In Delhi Sultanate also we had this system similar to this system, that was Ikta. Ikta system was also built on the same lines and was built by Iltutmish during the slave dynasty time. So Mansabdari system was created by Akbar. Amukta Malyada is the work of, options are Krishna Devarai, Vacharaj, Kharavela, Alasani Pedana. And if you talk about this one, so correct answer is Krishna Devarai. So Sri Krishna Devarai wrote the Amukta Malyada in Telugu, in which he beautifully describes the pangs of separation suffered by Andal, one of the 12 Bhakti era Alvars, for her lover Lord Vishnu. So correct answer is Krishna Deva Rai. Name the commander of the Arab army who conquered the Sindh. Options are Muhammad bin Qasim, Al-Hajjaj, Qutbuddin Aibak, or Alauddin Khilji. So if we talk about this commander, so out of all the four options, only two were Arabs and other two were Turks, like Qutbuddin Aibak and Alauddin Khilji were Turks. Al-Hajjaj was already the Sultan of Iraq, and on his order only, the commander leading the Arab army came to Sindh and conquered it and Multan in 712 and 713 AD respectively, and also the one who introduced jizya tax for the first time in Sindh. So the correct answer for this question will be A option, Muhammad bin Qasim. So he conquered Sindh in 712 AD. So Muhammad bin Qasim al-Thaqafi, 31st December 1695 to 18 July 715 AD, was an Umayyad general. Umayyad were the caliphs of that time. There were caliphates, there were total four caliphates, and at that time the Umayyad caliphs were ruling, who conquered the Sindh and Punjab regions along the Indus River, now a part of Pakistan, for the Umayyad Caliphate. He was born and raised in the city of Taif in modern day Saudi Arabia. Qasim's conquest of Sindh and Punjab enabled further Islamic expansion into India? So correct answer is A option, Muhammad bin Qasim. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was the follower of, options are Madhav, Kabir, Baswa or Ramdas. So Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the Chhatrapati of the Maratha clan, was the follower of Ramdas. So Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was the follower of Ramayana and Mahabharata from his childhood. Uh, his mother, Jijabai, she was the one who taught him about these epics. Shivaji Maharaj did everything possible to promote Hinduism in every aspect of the fight for independence and establishing his own kingdom. Shivaji Maharaj's assembly of 8 ministers was formed based on Hindu idols. One comes across this concept of 8 ministers in the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, and that is how he created the Ashta Pradhan. And do remember one more thing, that Sant Tukaram was the contemporary of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So match the medieval travelers with their countries. Options are in front of you. First of all, Marco Polo, Spain; Ibn Battuta, Balkh; Antonio Monserrate, Italy; Mahmud Wali Balkhi, Morocco. So you have to match the correct one, the correct city with the correct person. And options are in front of you. Just think about it. So if we talk about this one, so I hope most of you have figured out with the help of two or three names only. But let's see that what is the correct answer. So correct answer is C option. That is A goes for three. That is Marco Polo goes for Italy. Then B goes for four. That is Ibn Battuta goes for Morocco. Then Antonio Monserrate goes for Spain. And Mahmud Wali Balkhi goes to Balkh. So answer for this question is C. So here we can see these are the travelers and these are their related countries. Another match of the following with us, and we have two columns here, Chalukyas, and on the other side we have the areas like Chalukyas, Malkhed, Hoysalas, Vatapi. So we have capitals on one side and kingdoms on one side. So try to figure out this answer question. And if we talk about the capitals and the kingdoms, so correct answer will be answer A. That is A goes for 2, that is Chalukyas goes for Vatapi. Then B goes for 4, that is Hosalas goes for Dwara Samudra. Then C, Rashtrakutas goes for 1, Malkhed. And D, that is Kaktiyas goes for Warangal. So Chalukyas, Vatapi, that is also known as Badami; Hosalas, Dwara Samudra; Rashtrakutas, Malkhed; and Kaktiyas, Warangal. Which was the second capital of Akbar? Options are Delhi, Agra, Fatehpur Sikri or Patna. So the second capital of Akbar was Fatehpur Sikri. So in his whole lifetime, Akbar built three capitals. One was already there when he attained the throne, that was Agra. Agra was the capital. After that, he built Fatehpur Sikri as the new capital during the time of invasion towards Gujarat. And after that, he built another capital, and that was Lahore. So during his whole lifetime, he built three capitals: Agra, Fatehpur Sikri, and Lahore. So Akbar celebrated his conquest of Rajputana by laying the foundation of a new capital, 23 miles 37 kilometers southwest of Agra in 1569. It was called Fatehpur Sikri, the city of victory. And after the Gujarat victory, he also built Buland Darwaza to commemorate the Gujarat victory in Fatehpur Sikri. Chinese travelers visited India primarily because they were interested in Buddhism. They were invited by the Indian kings. They were interested to study Indian culture. They were interested to stay in India. And if we talk about this one, so correct answer is A option. They were interested in Buddhism. So after the spread of the Buddhist religion, Chinese travelers came to India in big numbers to collect religious books and to visit holy places of Buddhism. So correct answer is A option. They were interested in Buddhism. Tulsidas wrote Ramcharitramanas during the reign of Akbar, Krishnadev Rai, Jahangir, or Ram Raya. And if we talk about Tulsidas, so Tulsidas was the one during whose time there was a king of Mughals was present there, and that was Akbar. So Tulsidas wrote Ramcharitramanas during the reign of Akbar. So Tulsidas wrote Ramcharitramanas during the reign of Akbar. Tulsidas was a Hindu Vaishnav saint and poet renowned for his devotion to the deity Rama, and that was Akbar. During his time, Ramcharitramanas was written. Who among the following sultans tried to prohibit sati? Options are Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Firoz Shah Tughlaq, Jalaluddin Khilji, or Alauddin Khilji. If we talk about the sati practice, so sati practice was finally prohibited by the Britishers, but before that, it was also has to be prohibited, and a lot of kings at that time they started and tried to prohibit it. The correct answer for this question is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq prohibited sati. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was a Turkic sultan of Delhi and the eldest son of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. So correct answer is A. Who constructed Humayun's tomb in Delhi? Options are Haji Begum, Babur, Humayun, or Akbar. So if we talk about the Humayun's tomb, so it was built by Humayun's wife, and that was Haji Begum. So Hamida Banu Begum, also known as Haji Begum, commenced the construction of Humayun's tomb in 1569, and you can find this place in Delhi. Who among the following Mughal rulers banned music and dancing? Options are Jahangir, Babur, Aurangzeb, or Humayun. And if we talk about the person or the king who banned the music and dance, that was the same person who implemented Shariat law in whole Mughal rule, and that was Aurangzeb, also known as Alamgir. So Aurangzeb was one of the boldest Mughal emperors, and during his reign, Aurangzeb disliked music and banned any form of music or dance in his kingdom in 1668. Officials were empowered to break musical instruments if anywhere they heard the sound of music. Musicians and dancers who gave up their profession were given allowances by the emperor. He never indulged with women outside marriage. So correct answer is C option, Aurangzeb. He was also known as Zinda Pir, and he was also the one who reintroduced the jizya tax in the Mughal kingdom that was earlier prohibited by Akbar. How many times did Babur invade India before 1526 AD? Options are none of these: 4 times, 5 times, or 2 times. If we talk about that, how many times the Babur invaded India, so that was 5 times. So the first attack of Babur in India was on Bazaar in 1519 with 2,000 horsemen. It was followed by the capture of Bhira on Jhelum River in Punjab. Gunpowder was used for the first time during his expedition at Bazaar. His fifth and final expedition was in November 1525, which ended in 1526 with the victory at Delhi. So correct answer is C option. In Indian architecture, Surkhi was introduced by options are Mughals, Kushans, Guptas, or Sultanate Sultans. So if we talk about the Surkhi architecture, so that was introduced by Sultanate Sultans. In Indian architecture, Surkhi was introduced by the Sultanate Sultans, that means the Delhi Sultanate era. And Surkhi was a type of architecture that was added into the Indian architecture style, and that is how the Turk Indian architectures were promoted during the time of Delhi Sultanate and later also during the time of Mughals. Which of the following was not built by Firoz Shah Tughlaq? Options are Firozabad, Fatahabad, Tughlaqabad, or Jaunpur. So Firoz Shah Tughlaq was the third ruler in the Tughlaq dynasty, and he was the one who built 200 plus cities all over India. And in that case, he was particularly the one who built the three cities out of all the four options here, and one was built by the person called Gyasuddin Tughlaq, and that was C option, Tughlaqabad, and that was also created as the capital of Tughlaq dynasty. So Tughlaqabad in the 1320s, Gyasuddin Tughlaq, a Turk governor, invaded Delhi and won it from Nasiruddin Muhammad, a Pawar Rajput who had adopted Islam and had gained kinghood by slaying the last Khilji ruler. Tughlaq, known as a headstrong tyrant, created the third city of Tughlaqabad here, and that was also created as the capital of Tughlaqs. So the answer is Tughlaqabad. Later, the Firoz Shah Tughlaq created a city called Firoz Shah Kotla as well, and that was created as the capital during his time. Deen-e-Ilahi was founded by Kabir, Akbar, Shah Jahan, or Guru Nanak Dev. So Deen-e-Ilahi was a monotheist religion, and that was created after the king came to know about all the religions, and he wanted to start a new religion that will be followed by everyone. Birbal or Mahesh Das was the only Hindu who followed this religion, and the person who founded this religion was Akbar. So the theory of Deen-e-Ilahi was introduced by Mughal Emperor Akbar in 1582. It is based on monotheism, belief in one God. So answer is Akbar. Who among the following is related to Sadr uz Sadr? Options are ecclesiastical matters, judicial administration, military administration, or land revenue? So correct answer for Sadar us Sadar is judicial administration. Always remember that during the time of Mughals and during the time of Delhi Sultanate, Sadar was the word that is associated with the judiciary. So correct answer will be judicial administration. So judicial administration is related to Sadar us Sadar. Which of the following pair is not correctly matched? Options are Ibn Battuta, Morocco; Nikitin, Samarkand; Marco Polo, Italy; Al-Baruni, Uzbekistan. And if we talk about this one, so correct answer is Nikitin, that is associated with Samarkand. This is not correctly matched. So Afan Afanasy Nikitin was a Russian merchant of Tver and one of the first Europeans to travel to and document his visit to India. He described his trip in a narrative known as The Journey Beyond Three Seas. Whereas Samarkand is a city in the southeastern Uzbekistan and one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Central Asia. And this was also the fantasy of Babur to control this area. He was originally from Fargana and he wanted to control the Samarkand, but later he became the king of Kabul. Which dynasty came to power in India after the Tughlaq dynasty? Options are the Guptas, the Khiljis, the Mughals, or the Sayyids. So if we talk about the dynasty that came after the Tughlaq dynasty was the Sayyids. So the Sayyids, that is 1414 to 1451, came to power after the Tughlaq dynasty 1321 to 1414. And Tughlaq dynasty was from 1320 to 1414. So Sayyids were the one, and it was founded by Khizr Khan, and the last ruler of Sayyid dynasty was Alauddin Alam Shah, and he left the kingdom for Bahlol Lodi, and Bahlol Lodi started the Lodi dynasty in 1451 that lasted till 1526. The first battle of Panipat in 1526 was fought between the Lodi Empire and options are Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Aurangzeb. So the first battle of Panipat, total three battles happened. One first battle happened in 1526 in Panipat, second battle of Panipat happened in 1556, and third battle happened in 1761. And for this battle, the Lodi Empire fought with A option Babur. So the first battle of Panipat was fought between the invading forces of Babur and the Lodi Empire, which took place on 21st April 1526 in North India. It marks the beginning of the Mughal Empire. This was one of the earliest battles involving gunpowder, firearms, and field artillery. So correct answer is A. The Pallava dynasty had their capital at options Kanchipuram, Vengi, Madurai, or Thanjavur. So if we talk about the Pallava dynasty, and they have their capital at Kanchipuram. So Pallava dynasty had their capital at Kanchipuram. It is an important pilgrim center for Hindu devotees and an important center of Tamil and Sanskrit studies. So correct answer is A. And that's it in this session. I hope you learned a lot of things regarding the medieval history. We'll meet in the next session. Till then, bye bye and thank you.